Good morning, students. Last class we had started with control and coordination chapter. Okay, so last class I have explained that there are coordination system present in both animals and plants. Coordination in plants we will see later on. Coordination in animals we are going to discuss in detail in the coming two videos. Now, coordination in animals, as I have told you, that is coordination in animals takes place through two parts, that is central nervous system and the hormonal system. Central nervous system consists of brain and spinal cord. So you have to learn the functions about how they are coordinating, and another system which controls the activities and the development of the body organs in our body is the hormonal system. Hormonal system consists of chemical substances like hormones. Okay, so in this video we are going to see about the human nervous system. Human nervous system, as you know students, it consists of brain and spinal cord. Now, function of the human nervous system is that it coordinates the functioning of all the activities taking place in different parts of the body. That means that it is basically acting as a boss or a manager who is coordinating the activities of different body parts properly so that the functioning of the body takes place without any mistake. Whatever the digestive system is doing, that is getting linked to the excretory system. Whatever excretory system is doing, that is getting linked to the circulatory system. So in this way, different body parts are getting coordinated due to central nervous system. Now you can see that central nervous system consists of millions or trillions of neurons. So the basic unit of nervous system is called as a neuron. Like you can say that a house is made up of bricks. Similarly, the central nervous system, that is the spinal cord and the brain, they are made up of neurons. So neurons, you can see, these are the largest cell of the body. They are normal cells like which are present in our body, which contains the cell organelles, mitochondria, ribosomes, cytoplasm, everything. But they have got a special function of transmitting the information that is being received by them in the form of electrical impulse. So they can carry the message, as I told you, in the form of electrical impulse, which we call it as a nerve impulse. Now let us look at the structure of the neuron first. So here you can see the structure of the neuron. So neuron, that is this entire body. Last class 9th you have already studied the structure of neuron. That is, this entire body is called as a cell body. Okay, and cell body is extending to form a long chain which you call it as axon. Axon is divided into different parts. That is, you can see the blue color. These are the sheaths. Okay, and the cells present inside this are called as the Schwann cells, and the space in between these two cells is called as node of Ranvier. Okay, so if you look at the structure of the cell body here, this cell body together is also called as a cytosol. So you can see the structure of the cell body. It has got a nucleus, it has got a mitochondria, cytoplasm, and extending from this is some hair-like structures which you call it as dendrite. Now next you can see the extending, that is the dendrites extend to form the entire cell body extend to form the axon, and at the end, the terminal end of the axon is present, and these endings are actually called as a nerve endings. You can either call it as axon terminal also, or you have to name it as nerve endings. So whenever the question for reflex action or the transmission of nerve impulse comes, it is very important that you have to draw the diagram and explain. And diagram of the nerve, at least it is important for you to mention cell body, dendrite, nucleus, axon, and the axon terminal, that is the nerve endings. Then now this myelin sheet, it is present, it is made up of fats and proteins, and this is present to protect the inner part of the cells. Now let us see the types of neurons. You have got three types of neurons, that is sensory neuron, motor neuron, and relay neuron. Sensory neuron, you have sensory neuron transmit the impulse from the receptors to the central nervous system. Receptors means these receptors are present in your sense organs like eyes, nose, tongue, etc. Motor neurons are present. They transmit the impulse from the brain to the organ so that it can take the action. Clear? That is sensory neuron which is present inside the sense organs. They are going to transmit the information to the brain first. Brain will interpret it. That is what has to be done now according to the situation. And that message will be interpreted and transmitted to the motor neuron, which will carry it back to the muscle, which I told you earlier also can be called as an effector organ. Now relay neuron, that is the neuron that is present between the sensory neuron and motor neuron. It is already present inside the central nervous system, that is brain and spinal cord, and it will be whatever message is carried by the sensory nerve, that will be through the relay neuron transmitted to the motor neuron. So basically it acts as a link between the two types of neuron. So now let's look at how the nerve impulse is transmitted.